Okay, so we can't quite figure out why it's not sliding out. I think you gotta lift up the whole thing. I was gonna try and take it out as one. It's not working. So I removed, from the digital board, I removed the connections from the input board. This one goes over here. This blue one goes down right below it, right there. And I also removed this blue one from right here. And then I could take the whole board out. That's about it. Looks like we're hanging up somewhere there. I think you have to lift up to get it out. Okay, so we found the source of everything sticking and why I've had to sit here for the last 20 minutes trying to figure out what to do. And the power cable sticks up right here. So when you try to slide this out, boom, you run right into it. And unfortunately my digital board was covering it like that. And I kept looking back here for cables or over here, but it was right there. So we're going to take that out and pull this whole board out. Back of the speaker. Okay, so we got the whole board out now. Slid that out because the power cable is blocking us. Our lens is real dirty. And now I'm contemplating removing the digital board, which is this right here. Unfortunately, there's a lot of connections, so I may just lay it down on its side. I think what I'll do is unplug this one here. It has a little clip on it. I'll set the camera down.
Oh, so that's what you use for.
Alright, and now I got that one out, and that was in the top. It's got 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we won't be too confused. It looks like all the connections are different numbers of wires. This side's a little more confusing, so we won't do that side. We got everything cleaned up. We laid the board down, vacuumed it out. This heat sink here gets real dirty. Cleaned it up. Didn't have to unplug any new cables. I took the ones out of the side over here somewhere. Oh, on this side. Unplugged those. These white ones here to get in there to vacuum that out a little bit. But the next process is to get down into there. Take that shield off. From what I'm told, there's just a couple little screws that you pull up and it comes out. So that's our next step. Okay, so there's my color wheel. Let's get it right here. There's the color wheel. We need to remove this blue-black cable from this green board. And over here we have the cables that are going into the color wheel. The instructions I have say to note how those are in there. So we're going to come over here and take a better look at it. So we can see how these are vented, how these are put in there. It looks like they just kind of run through there. That's a little dirty. I need to clean that up. Probably why the thing died. But it looks like I've got some covers to remove. Looks like I gotta remove this screw here. And probably these two here because it runs up through there. And looks like there's a screw down in there. Oh, there's another one right in there. Okay, so we got a couple screws to remove and some cables. Looks like I'm gonna have to take this off maybe too. Anyway, that's that. See you in a minute. Okay, so what I've got down here is I removed this cable for the copper cable right here. Goes in there, and the white part, I don't know if you can see that. Let's see if we get that. The white part goes towards the front of the TV. And then also this blue and white one. That was a kind of a pain in the butt. I had to use a little screwdriver. I used this little tiny screwdriver and kind of popped it out. I've got everything loose. These were routed up through there. I took this shroud off. That went on there like that. Now I think, oh, we still have one more back here. Okay. Okay, and there we have our color wheel. Little pain in the butt. It's been making all the noise. And that was the shroud I just removed. It just lifted straight up off of here. It's stuck a little bit. Dirt. I need to vacuum it out a little bit, but looks like there's 1, 2, 3 screws holding that in, and I can put the new one in. Clean it up a little bit in there, real gentle. Okay, so we got the new one back on there. Look at that. It's installed. Wires are put back in where they go. I don't know if you can see that. Those connectors in there, that cable. The copper one, it's kind of weird. That's about it. Now I'm going to hook up some cables and put it back in the box. Okay, so on top of replacing the color wheel, since I figured I had it all apart, figured I would replace that fan, because it's what keeps everything cool. Now I don't know if you want to do that or not. This job is pretty big, and looking back on it, I probably wouldn't have, but it looks like it's only going to be these 2 screws right here at this point, so it may not be that big a deal. And since I'm always worried that that fan's going to die, I figured I'd replace it. Okay, so this is that fan box. It kind of popped it out, and you're looking at the back side of it now. It's kind of usually was like this. I turned it like that because I don't have to remove all those cables. There's a couple little screws here, and here, and we got to take this off. It's all dirty. We'll clean that up. And then there's a screw right over here. Take those out, pull that fan out, and put the new one in, and then I don't have to worry about that fan no more. Okay, so I got my new fan in. Partsstore.com didn't quite do it right. They had the old one had a rubber gasket around. Well, it's not really rubber, it's more like a felt gasket around the outside of the fan, probably for noise absorption or something. I did my best to get it in there around it. It's in there good. I'm not too worried about it, but it would have been nice to have that gasket. I don't think it really is necessary, but it's in there. Don't have to worry about the fan for a while again. Like I said, just take these screws out and put it out. Not too complex compared to the color wheel. Okay, so we've got our new and improved safety switch. It is now soldered on instead of whatever they had, clip soldered on or whatever. So we're going to remount that right on there and hope for the best. Okay, and we are finally done with the color wheel, and now we're about to do, what are we about to do, Lucas? What game are we playing?
Mario Kart.
Mario Kart, yeah. Lucas has been waiting all day to do Mario Kart. And with the new color wheel and it's all clean, we're good to go.